once more. Welcome back to the outside of the SABC TV building. And of course, we're launching our Follow the Sun campaign this morning. And you know what? I'm not dreaming. I think it is getting slightly warmer.
What?
I think, we're winning. We're winning. We are bringing at least some heat to the day.
Okay. We are bringing
slightly.
the heat. The sun is not bringing the heat. That much I can tell you. But it's okay. We're good with it. We're good with it. We are launching the Follow the Sun campaign. But all of this happening at an incredibly special time here in Gauteng, as we're also the host nation for the G20 Leaders Summit. And there is so much activity in Gauteng, and particularly in the City of Johannesburg. I know you know, everyone. We've all seen it, but we're going to talk a little bit more about it, the amount of people that are about to descend on the city and what it actually means, because this is an opportunity for us to really show off and hopefully let this become a lot of sustainable visiting from a lot of people that are here. So to talk to us all about this, we've got Lebogang Maile. He's the Acting Gauteng Premier. Thank you for joining us. I'm sorry we couldn't organize better weather, but I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you for having me. This is beyond you, so I understand.
We're saving the best for next weekend.
Oh, absolutely.
Next weekend, we're going to be shining.
When the visitors arrive.
Yes, certainly.
But you know what, Mr. Maile, let's just get into it, because it's a big week, not just for South Africa, but for Gauteng to really be the face and showcase what South Africa as a nation has to offer when we have all of the G20 guests here. So let's just talk about that from a readiness point of view.
You will remember that we took the baiting last year, December, in Brazil. And throughout the year, since January, there have been different activities, different ministers' meetings and all that. So the fact that there's not been any major incidents throughout the year and that everything has been going smooth, it means we are ready to host next week's event. But also, there's been a lot of work that have been put by the provincial government, all the municipalities, national government, and we're satisfied so far because we've been monitoring this work on a daily basis.
In terms of, obviously, visually, we are seeing things improving. We are. I mean, that goes without saying. We all know what the intention is.
Yeah, and I know you're complaining about the state of the roads.
Absolutely,
Yes.
and I know we're not alone, but the reality is that we are starting. We're seeing this improving wherever we're going. The worry, however, is the water supply. How are we doing on that front?
All different agencies, water, energy, there are plans in place to ensure that there's a backup plan. So everything has been looked at, including water. Rand Water, Joburg Water have been part of preparations. They've given us their plans. So from where we are sitting, we don't expect any major problems.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if we look at it, Mr. Maile, obviously the optics have improved. We've seen this. We see this daily. But then as ordinary Gautengers, Joburgers, the question is, where has all of this endeavor and effort been? Why are we only seeing it now? Are we only rolling out the red carpet for visitors? And what about the rest of the time?
That's a genuine concern. And that's why as Gauteng Provincial Government, if you check, we haven't started now. There are a lot of things we have been doing, at least those that are within our responsibilities. And we have been also trying to coordinate our municipalities, trying to provide oversight, nudging them. But the communities are within their rights to ask questions and demand that there must be changes. We can only commit that beyond this we would want to sustain. We'll make sure that our resources are spent properly, make sure that the municipalities stay focused, and they don't misappropriate resources.
We've heard this before, though. We have. I remember the World Cup.
Yeah,
I remember the World Cup.
You know, Lian, and I'm happy because that's your responsibility on behalf of citizens to always ask the difficult questions.
Always.
But if you look in the Gauteng context, and I can take you through the improvements we have made in managing our resources, our clean audit outcomes, the tendering system. So there's a whole range of issues that we have been regularly talking about. So it's not just a
Acting Premier,
talk.
I will take whatever we get, and that's the reality, because I'm not going to look a gift horse in the eye. The fact that the roads are looking better, the city is looking cleaner, that even if it is just for this upcoming weekend, we are going to benefit.
It has to be sustainable.
That's the reality.
Exactly.
We want this
But
to be
let's talk
sustainable.
about that, just in terms of, one, what can our visitors look forward to when they come next week? But also, and I must say, on the positive side, the lady who makes dresses for me, one of the ladies that I couldn't get her to make a dress for me for G20 next week.
She's so busy.
Because she's busy.
Yeah, that's great.
So,
That's
and
great.
for me, that was such a positive story of someone that I know who's actually benefiting from G20 being hosted here in Gauteng. But what can our visitors look forward to?
Yeah, that's a good story, because remember when the visitors come there, Leanne was asking me earlier on where will they be sleeping, and I think all the hotels will be taken.
Absolutely.
The lodges will be taken, restaurants will be occupied, and in fact, throughout the year they have been busy. As I'm saying, it's not only for the coming weekend, so it's good for our economy. And when we release the results for tourism next year, we will be able to see the real impact. But also there's been a lot of injection on infrastructure, upgrades, including water infrastructure, energy and all that. Small, medium enterprises have been benefiting. So there is a lot of benefits for the economy.
Do we have any idea in terms of the injection into the economy? Because that is, I imagine, as you've been saying, I mean, Sakina, do you remember the amount of meetings? I know that I heard it yesterday and I've actually just forgotten it. Over the year, there have been over 100,
a lot.
150, 170 meetings, somewhere there, and big guys coming in and out of the country. This has been massive for our country.
No, it has been. And the good thing about it, though we are hosting the main meeting as Gauteng, but the whole country is benefiting.
benefited.
And
Absolutely.
even post the meeting, there will be people who will be staying behind, going to different destinations. So it's good for the whole economy, not just the Gauteng economy.
Which is so important.
You know what, we have to wrap, but I quickly have to ask you about disruptions, road closures, something that's important for people, residents of Gauteng, to be aware of.
Yes, I think there's one even tomorrow, just to make sure that we are ready. And of course, from the security point of view, there are things that they have to ensure that are in place and all that. But they will constantly communicate with the public.
And of course, we your host broadcaster here at SABC, so we'll make sure that we show you all of those road closures. We've already started throughout the morning. And of course, we're going to let the acting premier go. I don't know, he's probably joining that cleanup campaign.
Yes,
he's going to Kliptown to go and clean up because the visitors are coming next week.
So good. Thank you so much for joining us here on the program. And of course, you'll see those road closures. I know I actually spotted them on the screen a bit earlier, that we've got them up on the screen. We're showing you exactly where to avoid and what is open. So it is going to be a difficult time to navigate through the streets of Johannesburg tomorrow. But just be vigilant. We'll keep you updated as and when these, of course, do happen. All right, let's take a break here on the program. We'll return with your news at 8 and more as we don't follow the sun. This morning we're looking for the sun. We'll be back with you after 8.